Okay, guys, so day four. Day four started out outside for our schedule. And again, like I mentioned to you, you're going to know by looking at your syllabus whether you're going to be outside in the morning or whether, or at the beginning of your shift, because you could be 7 to 4, you could be 4 to 1. But you'll decide, you'll look at your schedule and see where you're going to be. That way you know how to dress and what you need for those things. So anytime you're outside, you're going to need your PPE, you're going to need your vest, you're going to need your hat, you'll need safety glasses, gloves, all those things, your boots, all those have to be on. When you have to be inside, you can get out of those things. So for the example for this day, I started outside, so went in PPE, and then after lunch was able to take them off, throw on tennis shoes, and not have to worry about carrying all that stuff around. So started the day out with power switch. Now, power switch is essentially an electronic, or not electronic, but a motorized version of a standard hand switch. These are controlled by dispatch, and they line tracks for wherever they need to go. But the only time that you would have to interfere with these is if some of them fail. So you'll stop, find out why is it failing, and you'll place it into a manual mode, check all the things in that area to make sure that there's no obstructions, make sure there's no movement on the track, no spikes, no clamps, make sure it's tight against the rail and that you get the movement that you want. And then once you leave, you have to contact dispatch back again and let them know, hey, everything's taken care of, and I put it in this mode. After power switching, we went to hang EOTDs, or end of train devices. So an EOTD is basically an electronic version of this, which is a brake pressure gauge. So this will tell the head of the train how much brake pressure is in the line from the front to the back. There's a specific way to hang it, connect the air hoses, give them readings, and there's also specific communication that has to happen in order to do a dump test, which is where they run all of the air out of the line, and that way you can get that down to zero so that you can make sure that you've got continuity. After that, we did industry switching. Industry switching was communication between yourself and the locomotive for moving trains on and off of specific tracks in a yard. So when you're building a train, you're going to move tracks from one track to the other, one track to the other, and you have to be able to communicate with the conductor, with the engineer, to get them to move properly. Afternoon was lecture and e-learning for me. Started out with e-learning, so I covered the operating rules, which was going to be the following lecture. If you listened to my last video, that's what I've been doing. So before those are coming up, I'm trying to hit the e-learning for whatever the lecture is going to be on. That way it really sticks. And then lecture for the afternoon, and then they released us. There were readings for the evening, and also we had to do a test on equipment, which you have to get over a 95% or a 90% on. There's going to be 8 of those that have to be completed in the 2 weeks. And then you'll also take your practice signals exam again at the end of day 4. So that was it for day 4. Got back to the hotel, had some food, all done.